Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to another episode of Diva Chatz. Be sure to share, like, subscribe, and follow us on all common social media platforms. And visit our website at divachatz.life. Let's chat about it.
Hey, what's up? Welcome back to Diva Chatz. You're chilling with your girl QP on the line tonight. Yesterday was a great discussion, so I had a lot of requests for us to do it again today. We're still gonna be talking about a whole lot of different things tonight, so it's not just gonna be the August Alsina and Jada Pinkett Smith's drama and entanglement, whatever you want to call it. But we're definitely going to speak on that, definitely, and then we'll open the discussion to other things, open relationships, how a lot of people are into that, poly relationships. Those things are something that we definitely would like to discuss with the dynamics of relationships changing. I believe it's always been different, but I believe with the dynamics of things changing with society and the way they view things, since it's now more acceptable and more people are doing it out in the open, I think it's also something that we do need to discuss so that we can better understand what a lot of people are really, into. Some people might consider that something that they would want to do. So we definitely want to talk about that tonight. So go ahead and share, like, and subscribe if you're listening on YouTube. We're also on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Diva Chatz, DIVACHATZ. Also, we're also on YouTube. We're on a lot of different podcast platforms at this time, so it's hard for me to even tell you all the ones. But I do know we're on Apple, we're on Spotify, iHeartRadio, definitely Blog Talk Radio, Spreakers. These are some of the ones I can remember off the top of my head. Spreakers, Anchor. So that's just a tad bit of what where we are. We also have our website. Be sure to visit our website. We're at divachatz.life, L-I-F-E. So that's DIVACHATZ.LIFE. Be sure to view our website. Stay up since we have plans to do things outside of the radio show, to get it from behind the microphones this year. However, according to coronavirus, that's not happening this year, so we're just going to have to take it the way it is. So that's been the gist of things. It is what it is at this point. There's nothing we can do about it. But again, still be sure to subscribe to any social media avenue that you're able to follow us on, and also be sure to share with other people, let other people know about the show, support us in any way. We're just doing this for fun, not for money. I mean, it would be nice to have the money, but right now that's not the goal. Right now we're just trying to be at least consistent so we can bring to you the information or the conversation that we all would like to have. Now, it's only me tonight. Sasha B is doing her working thing, but that's fine. She will definitely be joining us on the next show next week, so we'll make that arrangement to happen because I know you guys love us, the duo together, which is lovely, and we appreciate the love and we appreciate the support a whole lot. So again, but be sure to subscribe. Be sure to listen to the show as much as you can. Support, share, like, and subscribe, like I said. And I know I'm doing that YouTube thing, but we're also on YouTube, so that's why I say that. So, but you can also share, like, and still subscribe. Even if you're not just on YouTube, you can also subscribe on Google Play, Apple, all the fun stuff. As more podcast, because what happens is as we create the podcast, it gets distributed automatically to different places. So at this point, I think we have over 20 platforms that the show is broadcasted on. So you'll be able to listen to it from a variety of viewpoints. So wherever you find us, just Google us, Diva Chatz, DIVACHATZ. And of course, if you follow us on Instagram, we're also on Instagram. You can get to see us. You can get to see what we look like, what we're doing, and all that fun stuff. So that's my gist. That's my spill, I guess. So again, just be sure to stay on top of us and make sure we're doing it. Hey, thanks. Thank you so much for listening. If you're listening on through the phones or through the computer or anything like that, if you didn't call in, be sure, if you want to chime into the conversation, you can always dial in to 845-277-9316. And you can get involved into the chat. You can have the conversation with us, or if you want to just listen to the show, that's fine too. But we just want to let you know that option is available. So don't be shy. We don't bite. We're just trying to have a good, wholesome conversation about some things. All right. So let's get back to this August Alsina conversation. August Alsina and Jada Pinkett conversation. I was listening to someone today. I know we discussed, we had a caller call in and we were talking about the dynamics of what happened and what possibly ensued, because we don't really know. And I doubt they'll be telling the truth at this point. I think they're doing a whole lot of PR, play at this time. Everybody's trying to save the day, so people don't really, kind of, a lot of people don't really know what the tea is really what the tea really is. So at this point, it's like we can only speculate what really happened, because I doubt even Jada Pinkett will be telling her significant other the truth too. So whatever that means, right? But I know yesterday I mentioned the caller called in yesterday about how August Alsina is not really a victim. He's a grown man. He knew what was going on. He knew what he was doing and all that fun stuff. And that's true. We understand that he is a grown man. He knew exactly what he was getting into. He knew, regardless of what his feelings were, or regardless of what her feelings were, the main point is that everybody know, because these are celebrity people, so everybody know that Will and Jada is still an item. We haven't heard of a divorce. So according to our knowledge, they're still married. So you clearly knew, regardless of what she put in front of you, regardless of what the whole situation was, you knew that you were dealing with a married woman. So because you knew you were dealing with a married woman, you have to understand that there's going to be some consequences. There might be some consequences with dealing with stuff like that. You knew that this woman was not 100% yours. So the fact that you put your heart into it, who's the victim? You can't really blame her, because I'm pretty sure she didn't even have to be honest. We all knew she's still married to Will Smith. Now, if they were separated, that's cool or whatever, regardless of that conversation. But again, I wasn't there. But what I said yesterday was that, yes, they may have. I want to believe that they had a conversation about, okay, hey, this is what we're gonna do. See, this is the point of the maintenance man I talk about all the time. I know, ladies, if you go back to my old shows, we talk about maintenance men all the time. I know I'm married now, and that shouldn't be a factor, but it's still a factor, and I just would love to, I wish I could. I'm writing the book. I'm on chapter 1 right now. So as soon as I can get through all the other chapters, it'll be done, and I'll be letting you guys know when to purchase it. But there needs to be clear intentions that's communicated between both parties of what we're doing. I think that's definitely a must. And I'm pretty sure that August Alsina mentioned it, of what he was looking like. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure Jada Pinkett knew what it was. She knew what it was from the jump. as a woman, as a grown woman, she knew that it wasn't going to be no more than physical. She knew what she was doing. I wouldn't say consciously knowing, but she knew that it wasn't going to go further than physical. She knew she wasn't going to try to get married to August Alsina. She knew for a fact that, like, who's going to leave Will Smith for August Alsina? Not to say that Will Smith is a better man, but honestly, let's be honest, with the class status, I doubt she would downgrade. That would be a downgrade. Let's be completely honest. Not to disrespect August, because I do like August. I love August. I love everything about him. I just like August. I'm an August fan, truly. But just to assume that all the cards were laid out on the table initially, there was a discussion, because he even said that he discussed it with the husband, and the husband gave them their blessings. Not a blessing to where, like, yeah, you can take my wife, but a blessing like, yeah, you can fuck her. Right? So if that's what the conversation was, then I'm pretty sure that, you know, the cards was on the table. Everybody knew their role in this whole situation. We gonna come in this thing, we fucking. That's all we doing. Now, we might go out, we might hang out and have fun a little bit. That's cool and that's cute, but that's the extent of what this is gonna be. Somebody broke the rule, right? I want to believe that it's August Alsina. August Alsina looks like he was more of in his feelings, because when he blocked her, because that's what Jada said. But Jada said that he blocked her and stuff like that or whatever. So clearly he was more emotional. So that means he emotions deal with the heart. So his heart fell into the whole situation, which wasn't supposed to happen, because remember, this was supposed to be physical. So now that you got your feelings into it, now that you all up in your feelings, now, you know, things have changed. Now we got to stop what we're doing. I remember, I wish I had Sasha on the line, because we talked about this before. But I remember I had a situation like that before. I had a dude. We was strictly physical. That's what it was. There was nothing more than that. We wasn't expecting to go far. This wasn't supposed to be, you know, anything that we were supposed to be taken seriously. It was honestly just, you know, a fuck thing. Okay? Now, we wasn't, at the time, I was somewhat in a position with Jada. I wasn't in between relationship or in a relationship. I had just broken up with my daughter's father, so I wasn't looking for a relationship. I wasn't looking to deal with any matters of the heart. However, a girl got needs. So this was my first experience with a maintenance man. So I clearly said, hey, this is what it's going to be. That's all I need from you. Don't call me. We ain't hanging out. We ain't friends. I don't need to know what time you're getting off work. I don't need to know if you eat. I don't even need to know how your day was. When I call, pick up the phone, we know what time it is. Any questions? Right? So with that being said, as time went on, not that we started spending time together, but my stay at his house lasted longer than what it was supposed to. Because typically, when you're dealing with the maintenance man, the rules of the game is no sleepover, no hangouts. We're not buddies, we're not friends, we're just fucking, and that's all that's going to happen. So once we're done, it's time for me or you, whoever came over, it's time for one of us to go. That's how this works. But I believe we end up like not like kind of spending time together. Like after the whole what we had to do after the show was over, I kind of like laid around and just chill for a little bit. We was watching TV and then we got something to eat, kind of stuff or whatever. That stuff right there, that's what leads to the hearts getting involved. That's what leads to the emotion stuff. So, and I was woman about it. When I felt like things was getting a little mushy, I went to him. I was like, "This is not to stop." And he was like, "Why? What do you mean? Why is this gonna have to stop?" Because I feel like I'm catching feelings, and that's not what that's not what this was about. So I'm gonna go ahead and 86 this situation, and I hope you have a good life. And he didn't understand. I completely cut him off, completely, till this day. So he never understand. He tried to come back and see if we can restart what we had. And I was like, nah, that's not going to happen because I'm not going to try to get my feelings involved in the way you coming at me, like kind of chasing me kind of thing. Yeah, nah, no, that's not what we're doing. So I understood that my position, like the feelings that I was having, it was not part of the deal. And I had to 86 the whole situation. And it didn't hurt, not really, because I wasn't fully 10 toes down, but I kind of understood like what not to do next time around, whatever. My next situation when I moved to Tampa, as a matter of fact, I did have another maintenance man kind of situation, and that one went decent for a pretty while because I knew how to control my emotions. I knew how not to spend time with him to the point where now I'm in my feelings about something. So we never call each other during the day. We never hanged out after. I don't care if it was 3:00 in the morning. If that's what time we met, if that's what time we was finished, that's the time I leave. I'm not staying to get to your house. We're not hanging out. And honestly, I hate to say this. No, I'm not a whore, but but for a while we met. When I met this second guy in Tampa, he didn't know my name and I didn't know his name. Well, we had gave each other fake names initially. So when we finally knew each other, I was like, I thought my name was such and such. He was like, no, it's this. I was like, I could have sworn that's what you said. Yeah, I kind of say that's my name from time to time. Me too. So, because we were so fixed on, like, we already know what time it is. This wasn't a situation. He got off of work, I'm already getting off. It's 10 o'clock. I'm getting off right now. I'll be home by 10:15. I'm just go in, take a shower. You can come in. I'll leave the door unlocked. Okay, cool. No problem. Cool. Done. We're done. I was there by 10:20. Okay? So, half the time I walk in, he'd be in the shower. So, I hate to tell these stories, but I'm always transparent with you guys, so y'all get the tea. But hey, what's up? Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Oh, a lot of people are getting on the line tonight. All right, so it looks like we might be having a great conversation. But if you're on the line, if you're listening, be sure to dial press 1 if you want to chime into the conversation. But yeah, so we really took this. Like. A lot of times people get in certain situations, even the caller last night had mentioned this fact. Like some women, that's how we get caught up because you meet a man and he clearly tells you what time it is. He clearly tells you, like, I'm not looking for a relationship, blah, blah, blah. And sometimes they feel, some women feel like, oh, if I put this good pussy on him or if I put this on him or if I cook for him or if I, the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. No, bitch, he told you he don't want you. He told you he don't want a relationship. I don't give a fuck how much steak you cook, okay? I don't care how much ribs you barbecue. He don't want you, okay, ma'am. You can put this pussy. You can put the razzle dazzle pussy on him. If he don't want you, baby, he don't want you. And that's how that goes. And sometimes we don't know how to deal with that because we feel like we have enough to make him want me. Like, nah, sometimes that's not how it works. And typically, men have more control over their emotions than women, so that's why more women usually get hurt. It typically happens the other way, but typically, generally, women are more emotional, as we know, we're hormonal, so we're the ones that usually get caught in the crossfires because we don't know how to deal with our emotions. We think that just because we put it, quote unquote, on him, that he's going to change his mind. He's going to see that it's me that he wants. Nah, he told you he didn't want a relationship. Point blank, period. I was listening to a show with Funky Diva. What one I was listening to? Was it yesterday? Something like that. And one girl, she wrote in to the show to say that she's pregnant with a child, and the baby daddy doesn't want to be with her but he does for the unborn child, like he's buying stuff and stuff like that and whatever. And basically the advice I was given was like, you need to understand, like, he may want the child. He may accept the fact that he's going to be a father, but he doesn't want to be with you. He does that. Just because you having his child doesn't mean he wants to be with you. You're going to be the chosen one just because you're having his kid. So a lot of times we really need to understand when we get in situations, whether it's a relationship, even friendships, we need to know what the rules are and how you're going to play by the rules. So that's clear. Another reason why I bring this up, because like I said, we were going to talk about is poly relationship. A lot of people are into open relationship, poly relationship, however you want to call it. I know poly is different. That's short for, I believe it's what, polymorous. Is that how you say it? Let me see. Polymorous. Polyamorous. Whatever. Yeah. Let me see what Google, how do you say that? Google, how you say polyamorous? Let me see what Google says. Google didn't tell me. But anyway, so a lot of people have decided to be in polyamorous. Well, there's a difference. I think there's a difference. So with polyamorous relationships, I believe that's relationships with more than two people, where there's typically another person involved, included, that takes on some kind of role in the relationship. Correct me if I'm wrong. So everybody's in this one relationship. An open relationship seems to be different. And again, it's also based on what you and your partner decide that you guys want to do. So in an open relationship, some people agree to, okay, I have a boyfriend, you have a girlfriend, and we keeping it that way. That's what it's gonna be, and that works for some people too. So it can vary, but again, it's all about what everybody agrees to. I think as long as everybody's being honest, as long as everybody's being truthful, as long as that people know what time it is. Can there be room for error, or can there be room for confusion? I'm sure there is, but at the end of the day, we need to be very clear from the jump. Let's take a caller. Let's see. I have a caller, somebody who wants to chime in. Let's see what we got to say. Let's see. All right, caller 0844. You're on the line. Welcome to Diva Chatz. How you doing?
Hey, I'm a first-time caller.
Hey, thank you so much for calling. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay. So tell me, what do you think about this conversation about this whole August Alsina and Jada Pinkett Smith?
Well, as somebody who is polyamorous,
mm-hmm. Oh wait, you're all poly. You are in a poly relationship.
I'm not currently, but I am polyamorous. I do.
Okay.
I do believe in polyamory.
Okay.
But I do agree that at some point there might have been like a miscommunication.
Mhm.
I have watched the Red Tabletop with Will and Jada.
Okay.
I have not seen the interview with August.
Okay.
However, with what Will and Jada described, it seemed clear that Jada was not willing to leave Will.
Right. That's what I said, yeah.
And obviously, you know, there wasn't a clear understanding on August's end, and he wanted more, you know, than what was put out there. And like you said, you know, there's always going to be, you know, some type of error, you know, but there's no such thing as a perfect polyamorous relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, at the end of the day, everybody does need to have an understanding if something like that is going to happen.
Okay. And that's true. I think a lot of people are not clear. Typically, sometimes people get confused, or they know what it is, and then they change the rules at the end of the day. Like, now that their feelings become involved, they feel entitled to one of the person or the other. So I think there's a lot of room for confusion, and I think that's what happened to August Alsina. He kind of knew what time it was, but either expected Jada to leave Will, since they were already in a separated relationship or a separated marriage. They had already discussed not being together. So I guess he felt like this was a perfect time. Like, since he was in his feelings for Jada, he probably assumed that, okay, she's going to leave him for me. And I don't think that's why I think they kept on to their marriage, although they were no longer together, is because of the status. Because a lot of times they don't want to leave each other for status reasons. And let's be honest, August Alsina doesn't have a Will Smith status. Let's just be clear about that. So I'm pretty sure she didn't want to. I'm pretty sure she didn't want to leave that for that obvious reason. But I mean, there's plenty of evident that August just got in his feelings and tried to change the play at the end of the day. So that, I think we definitely need to be we have to take a look at. I mean, although he's not a victim, I do feel like Jada played on his vulnerabilities, because let's be honest, the guy, although Jada had her emotional whatever she was going through, she knew that he was more vulnerable, and almost like in a predator state. She knew that he had lost both his parents. He lost his sister recently, I believe, to cancer. Now he's taking care of his 2 or 3 nieces, and he was dealing with his health. He almost lost his eye. He had to learn how to walk again. So this young man went through a lot of emotional things and traumatic things that caused him to be in a vulnerable state. And I think she took advantage of it, thinking that her healing was going to heal him, in a sense.
Right.
I don't know if that makes sense. That's what I think.
Right. So
I don't know. I don't know how. I mean, apparently they're saying that a lot of people on social media are suggesting that they have a conversation about this whole thing together. Oh, hold on, I'm tied up in my thing. They need to have a conversation about this whole thing. I just feel like. One second, hold on. Let me try to figure out this thing here. Okay, there we go. I got tangled up in my microphone. All right. So I think they definitely need to figure out what but a lot of people are saying that they need to do the red table talk together so they can really discuss openly. I really don't think that's necessary. I think that's more of a private thing. But I do think they do need to have a healing, because at this point I'm seeing August, the way he's been speaking on social media. I think he's dealing with it from a hurt space. I think he's in a hurt space right now. And I do believe that they need to have a conversation about the whole situation, but not openly, not publicly. But it's enough to understand, like, okay, yeah, that's crazy. But I mean, how you're saying that you're in you're open to poly relationships. Have you ever experienced any any, let's say, confusions or confrontation or conflict in that while dealing in a polyamorous relationship?
Yes, I have.
Really? Like what kind of things have happened?
For example, there was a time where I'm married, and we entered into a relationship with a young lady, and essentially she didn't quite understand that my husband was the more dominant one, per se, and she wanted to be the dominant one. And so they often butted heads.
Okay.
So essentially there was not a clear understanding between the two of them. And so that ended. And then in another situation, the young lady essentially caused problems in my marriage, where my marriage almost ended.
Oh, no.
So, like, there's a lot of, boundaries that have to be set in place.
Okay.
When it comes to polyamory or open relationships, whatever the lifestyle, whatever people choose to call it, because it's something that, I've been involved in for years. And so it's definitely something that, I always tell people when they're interested in it, if you're going to be in it, definitely do your research and, make sure it's something you want to do.
Right.
Because it's definitely, not something to play around with, especially if you're in a relationship. Like in Will and Jada, for example, I'm not, people for years have speculated that they've been swingers, but, who knows? We don't know for sure.
Right.
But, in this situation, situations like this, that can, these entanglements, as they want to call it, is situations like this that can, cause stress on, people's relationships.
Right.
And so this is why.
And let me ask you this: was it that your husband wasn't clear, or was it that she understood what it was but changed the rules at the end?
It was a little bit of both.
Okay. And so and how did that get resolved? Did it eventually become clear, like, hey, this was what it was? It wasn't supposed to be more than that. Get out your feelings, kind of stuff. Because I probably would have said, "Bitch, you need to go on somewhere." But
well, essentially, well, the first relationship, it was more of a, like, it wasn't gonna work because two dominant people, it ain't gonna work out. So
right.
And the second one, we had the strict rule, and she just couldn't get with it, and so essentially I was the one that said, "Bitch, you gotta go." So
oh no, see,
Even after I said fuck this shit and, kicked it to the curb, she still, continued, to try to, not to pursue me, but to pursue my husband after I had ended things. And so, when I heard of the Will and Jada situation, I was like, oh my God. August, chasing after Jada seems like this crazy broad that's chasing after my husband. So it's very interesting.
Oh, so it rang a bell for you. It resonated with you with that whole situation. Oh wow, and that's one of the things I like. I kind of always like to tell myself I will be okay with something like that, but then again, I'm a little jealous, and I have an issue with people overstepping the boundaries or crossing the lines, and I just don't know if I'll be able to act civilized.
Right. And see, that's why
cross the line when things are supposed to be clear.
Right. And see, that's why now, he has, his girlfriend, and me, if and when I find one, I have mine.
Okay.
And we don't share one together because that eliminates a lot of conflict, in my personal opinion.
Okay, yes, and I definitely believe that it does. It can create, but again, if everybody's clear, and I like to believe that I'm at my big age, can't handle that situation, but I'm such a jealous girl. I don't think I can handle it. Kind of, sort of, maybe not. I don't know. But for some people it works. Some people it works perfectly fine, and people have been doing it for ages. So it's not unusual. I wouldn't say that. It's definitely not unusual. In some cases, some people are in probably relationships they didn't even know it. So
right.
So I'd rather be in the know. But a lot of times, people, they can't handle it. And I think, again, I just think some people, they change the rules at the last minute once their feelings become involved, once they feel like they can no longer deal with it the way they want to deal with it. And they get more needy. They get more extra. They know it's like nobody. They no longer want to play by the rules. So I can see where all the
causes the most problems.
Right. I can see where the confusion and the conflict can start up. So I'm not going to raise my hand and say, yeah, I'll do it. However, I remember when my ex, because he used to cheat all the damn time. Oh Lord. But I used to tell him, I'm like, yo, why don't you let's just do, how about we just have an open relationship. Since you don't want to leave women alone, you can have your thing going on, I can have my thing going on, and he couldn't handle it. He was like, no, I don't want you to be with no other man, but you want me to accept you being with other women. So I don't know. So a lot of times, some polys can be one-sided. But he was dealing with women, and he still had his little fun on the side and his thing, whatever. And I had to be home watching the kids and doing dishes and playing house. No, I was taking out too. Well, you taking your girlfriend out, I want to be taken out too. Maybe somebody can take me out, But
right.
But I'm happy you called. I'm happy somebody was able to share what it's like on the other side, because I wouldn't know. But it's definitely something that I think a lot of people are interested in doing. If their mate would be open to it, I think a lot of people, I think a lot of people should do it. There's some people that just some relationships, the husband and wives are just cheating on each other, back and forth, rather than just being honest with each other and just being open and letting your significant other know, like, hey, I think I just want to see other people, or maybe I want to experience other things. That could be the case. There's some women who want to experience being with another woman. There's some men who want to experience being with another man, let's be honest. So this is what's going on. This is 2020. We know what time it is. So, but that's the world we live in. There's people who are now considering themselves, how do you call it? What do they call it? Those people who just willy-nilly, whatever day of the week it is, that's what they're going to be.
Non-gender conforming.
Is it non-binary?
Or whatever. I don't know. Non-binary.
Yeah. Yeah, so but there's another thing. It's called, some people, like, I heard of switches. I've heard of, is non-binary switches.
Switches are like people who are dom and submissive.
Really? Is that what that is? Oh, look at me. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I guess I just brought up a whole little conversation. But there's another one. It's called when the people who flow. It's like a flow name. Flow.
Pansexual.
There's a it's
they have so many words nowadays. I lose track.
Yeah, at this point it's like I don't even know. They call it some people are pansexual, some people are two-spirit, I don't know what the fuck.
Demisexual? I've heard of that too.
They got a demisexual too? Oh, Lord of mercy.
Yes, I've heard of demisexual. I was like, what is a demisexual? I have to Google some of this stuff sometimes.
Some people are called pluses, child. At this point, I'm just like, no.
That's one I've heard too, sapiosexual.
There's a whole lot of sexuals. I don't know. At this point, I don't know. There's 46 terms. Matter of fact, let me click on this Google thing. So there's apparently there's like 46 terms. So let me see. There's a hold on. Let me see. Fluid. That's what I meant to say. There's some people who are fluid. I know it was like flowy or something like that. So there's some people who are fluid. Fluid means this term refers to the fact that sexuality, sexual attraction, and sexual behaviors can change over time and be dependent on the situation. So depending on the way they feel, that's how they flowing. So if I'm with a woman today, then I'm a lesbian. If I'm with a man tomorrow, then I'm heterosexual. So I'm not that. I don't know how that works, but there's a whole lot. Like I said, there's 46 terms apparently. Of 46 terms that describe sexual attraction, behavior, and orientation. Lord knows I won't be able to remember every single one of them. There's gray romantic, gray sexual, gynosexual. I don't know what is that. Libidoist, asexual, whatever. I don't know, child. At this point, I don't know what I am anymore. So, but I say that to say, some people are fluid. So that's also another thing too, because some people is based on how the wind blows. They decide what they are. So again, they can change the script quick, on you without you even realizing it. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, people run the risk of like, today I feel like this, tomorrow I feel like something else. No, it can't be like that. We've already decided what this is going to be. Okay? So, I don't know. To each his own. I never want to, say what it is, what it isn't. Like, at some point, I might consider myself fluid. Who knows? but for now, I'm in a heterosexual, marriage that is completely conservative. But hey, who knows what may can happen depending on how the wind blows, right? But
right.
But I appreciate your insight on this situation because a lot of people don't really know. A lot of people have never met any a person in a poly relationship or even met anyone in an open relationship to understand how that works. I think I've met one other person who was in an open relationship. It was confusing because they were swingers. So, I mean, it was more sexual than anything, for sexual pleasure than anything. This was someone I was working with years ago. But the reason why I say it was confusing because they would do the swap thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, so how, like, you just go and just, you stay with this other guy and his wife stayed with your husband and that's just how it is. Yeah, like, I'm like, wait, what? I mean, if it works, if the husband is kind of fine, I mean, honey, I might stay here a little longer, okay? I might just, need to, fix a few things around the house over here, so I'm not gonna come home in no time soon. But for them, it was almost
like that. But
what happened?
I've never done a full swap like that. I've done same room, but not full swap.
Wait, what? Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. You got my head hurt. Wait, what? You did it. So you've done, you've swinged before. Is that what I'm trying to hear you implying right now?
I am a lifestyler.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Take it back. Rewind. I wish I had my other audios here. Say what now? You a what?
I'm a lifestyler.
A lifestyler?
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna have to explain for the people like me who don't know what the hell that is. Oh no, you can't just say that and just not explain. What is that?
Essentially, lifestyle is like a general term.
Okay.
So, like, a lifestyler, like, we fall under an umbrella. So, lifestyler, like, we can be polyamorous, we could be bisexual, we could be swingers, we could be, let's see here.
Don't be conservative. Go ahead and let us have it, girl. You can cuss and everything. Don't be conservative. You can go ahead and teach us what we got.
I'm trying to.
This is adult. I've already documented this as explicit. So this show is going to be explicit.
I'm trying to figure out the best way to explain it. Those are the three major. Like, those are pretty much the two major things, polyamory and swingers are the big, major categories under the lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And, which, when you go under swingers, the swinger lifestyle includes, like, parties. That's where you hear about the big parties, like the strip club takeover that they do in Tampa, the big cruise that they do to Greece every year.
Wait. All this stuff is going on I know about it? Not that I need to know. I'm just saying, like, I haven't heard of these things.
Fantasyland, Caliente, Paradise Lake, Miami Velvet.
I've heard of some. I've heard of some of those. Okay, I'm in Tampa, so I've heard of some of those. So does sub and dom falls under that as well? Because I know when you said lifestyler, that's
that falls under. That falls under lifestyle.
Okay, so that means that lifestylers. So you're a lifestyler. So that means you fall under one of those lifestyles. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes.
Okay. All right. We learning tonight. Let me write this down.
But that doesn't mean that. That doesn't mean that the person that doesn't mean like people necessarily do all of those things all the time.
Okay.
Like my main thing is polyamory.
Okay.
Like we don't go out and necessarily swing, all the time. But sometimes we might go under another umbrella per se, but we primarily stick under polyamory.
Okay. Well, that's cool too.
There's different things, but the general term is lifestyle. Okay.
Ooh, okay, all right. So we got a lot to learn tonight, y'all. Got a lot to learn. That's all right. We're going to learn all these things. That's okay, too. So, well, I've heard a lot about the and sub thing. I knew this one person who was into that lifestyle, and one of the things that he would tell me was that he actually he would have he's a dom, so he would have his subs. He would really take over their life and shape the way that they do things. Like I'm not too familiar with how this goes, and I ain't gonna lie to you. At some point, I wanted to be dom, but I just never had the guts to be dom. Because I understand there's levels to it, and I just wasn't trying to be level one, so I was chicken. What'd you say?
There's many different levels to it. Depends on how far you want to go.
So I've heard, and I don't know if I'm about that life. How do we get from August Alsina and now we're talking about subs and doms? Okay, I don't know how that happened, but we're gonna keep it rolling. That's all right. I like the way this is going. If somebody else want to chime in, go ahead and let us know, and just press 1 if you're on the line. Again, if you want to call in, that's 845-277-9316. You're talking with Diva Chatz, and tonight we're talking about August Alsina, Jada Pinkett, Will Smith, subs and doms, lifers, polymorous, swingers. How do we get here? I don't know. This is a rabbit hole. We don't understand how we got here, but we're here.
I don't understand how we got to this rabbit hole either.
that was a serious rabbit hole. Fell face forward, but that's okay, and we're here. Again, let me just make some announcements. So, again, guys, follow us on social media. That's on Diva Chatz, DIVACHATZ, on all social media platforms. Nobody has that name, so I know it's available. So DIVACHATZ. If it's not there, it's not on it. If you can't find it, it's not on that platform. So that's how that goes. We're also on YouTube. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to all the shows. All of our old shows are on Blog Talk Radio. Our old shows are a lot of our old shows are on YouTube, so you can go ahead and listen to some of the old shows with me and Sasha B. You'll be able to listen to of the conversations that we've had. dated back from a very long time. So be sure to listen to the old shows. Be sure to share it. Be sure to like, subscribe. We're on a lot of different podcast platforms. To name them all, I would lose my mind. It's hard for me to even name them all. But at this point, I know we have Google Play, we have Apple, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, Spotify, what's the other one? SoundCloud, Anchor, definitely Blog Talk Radio. So we're out there. So just Google us. You'll be able to find us. Also, you can visit our website. That's divachatz.life. So that's divachatz.life. And you'll be able to visit our most of our platforms, because I haven't put them all the links on there because it's hard to keep up with as much all the distribution that these podcasts and distributes our shows to. So you can, but if you visit our website, you can also listen to some of our old shows. You'll also be able to link to some of our social media links. So that's on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I'm a Twitter junkie, so you can definitely find me on Twitter most of the time. I'm not too much of a Facebook person. I'm not too much of an Instagram person, but Sasha is. So Sasha, because y'all can talk to Sasha on social media, on the Instagram and the Facebook, but I'm definitely on Twitter. So if you're in the neighborhood on Twitter, a lot of people don't like Twitter, but if you're on Twitter and you want to share, or whatever you want to do, I don't know. You can't subscribe, but you know what I'm talking about. Follow us on social media. Then definitely go ahead and do that. But we're on a line tonight. We're talking about, yesterday we had this conversation about the August House singer Jada Pinkett Smith whole scenario, the entanglement. Let's be honest and say what it really was, because that's what she said it was. We're talking about the entanglement. And yesterday we had a great discussion, but the show was short. It was definitely a short run, but so many people were saying that they wanted to chime in. So I decided to give it another go tonight. Now, yesterday we talked about a little bit more things. We did have a caller to call in since that show was pretty short. But we're talking about it now. We have a call on the line. And we're talking about more than just Jada, because I don't know. We just went down a rabbit hole. So sorry for the guys who had to follow us down the hole. But we like it here. We like this conversation. So back to the caller on the line. So we're talking about subs and doms. Now we're down this rabbit hole. So this is the level we're on now, guys. So follow us. Catch up. Rewind if you have to. But so we're talking about the poly relationship. So we're talking about not only poly, we're at subs and doms. So now, with the subs and doms, what is the levels of it? Because I remember this guy, friend of mine, who was telling me that you have to decide. Once you decide that you want to be dom, you have to decide to be dom. I know I can't be sub. I can't be nobody's sub. That's just not in my nature. I did want to be dom because I feel like I have a dominant spirit. I feel like I have as a woman, I'm very dominant on that spectrum. So I felt like that would be the best role for me. However, he did explain to me, like, once you become the that you want to be a dom or a sub, once you decide, then you have to decide what type of dom you want to be. Do you want to be a true dom? Do you want to be a what was the other one? You should know better than I do. A true dom, or what is it? Is it a sexual dom? Is that what it is? A true dom, sexual dom, or what is the other one? True dom, sexual dom. Is it a lifestyle dom? I don't know. What? Carl, are you still on the line? It looks like you know more about this than I do. So what's the levels of this dom lifestyle? What's the levels? Because maybe I don't know.
The levels that I know of are You have like 50 Shades level, where it's just strictly
who level?
50 Shades.
Okay, 50 Shades. Okay, all right.
That's the best way to describe it. Like sexual.
Okay,
like,
that's more sexual pleasure
become,
kind of thing.
Yeah, more pleasure.
Okay.
And then you have some people who literally, that is all they know. Like,
so that's like they're in character 24/7.
Right. Like I know somebody that is her life.
Okay.
She has a dom who tells her when to eat, what to wear.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on now. Wait a minute. Now that sounds like a personal trainer to me.
Yes, she is about that life. Me personally, I'm sorry. Like I hung out with her one time, like, and I was like, let's grab some lunch or whatever. We went out, and I was sitting there wondering, like, why isn't she eating? And I was like, eat something. She's like, nope, I can't. I'm like, why not? And then it dawned on me.
The Dom told her she can't eat at this time. Well, the Dom put her on a diet or something?
No. He just told her she couldn't eat.
So was there a reason why he told her she can't eat? Because the way my calories are set up, I don't know if I'm about that life.
No. For example, let's say you're my dom and I'm your sub.
Mm-hmm.
Just because the sky is blue, you can tell me that I can't eat for the day. And
just
I cannot eat. If I eat and I disobey you, it is up to you to punish me in whatever way you please.
Okay.
That's how it goes.
Yeah, that's I'm gonna be honest, bullshit, right?
That to me that's the highest level you can go.
That's about as high as gonna get. Cause listen, the way my calories set up, I can't be dealing with people like that. Like, what if you mad at me today? Now you just like everybody can't eat now. What the hell am I supposed to do? That's not right. And I can't eat until you're ready. What if you fuck around and forget that you put me on on no eat watch? Now I'm going a whole 48 hours no food. I'm about passing out because I ain't got nothing in my belly. Because you don't fuck around and forgot that I was on freaking no eating watch at this. Listen, I ain't got time. This is strange. So there's actually people who are down for this, like, for this lifestyle. I was gonna say foolishness, but I can't knock people what other people are doing. But so there are other people who are down for this lifestyle, allowing another person to have that control over their mind, their body, and basically their entire being, their entire lifestyle.
Yeah, there are some people who are down for it, and believe it or not, there are some people, like, their minds are mentally framed like that.
Okay.
Like, it is something that they cannot help.
Oh, interesting.
It's like an addiction for them.
Oh, okay.
Whether it be on the total control portion or whether it be on a sexual portion.
So they just have to...
They have to have that dominance or that submission.
So how does somebody... Okay, I can understand why somebody would want to be dom, but my question is, why would somebody want to be a sub? like to allow somebody to have that much control over them. I can't see myself ever considering it. So how does that work? Like I don't get it. Why would somebody want to do that?
Some people, like for example myself, like sometimes, like sexually, sometimes it's like I'm sure you do you not enjoy when your husband takes control sometimes?
Yes, but not all the time because he doesn't do everything right. We know men.
So, but when he does take control, you're being submissive.
Yes, this is true.
Right. So we all have a little bit of submissive in us.
Yes, this is true. I just don't know if I can allow someone to be so over. I'm already a control freak. Maybe it's just a me thing. I'm already a control freak, so I know definitely that's not something that's gonna work well with me because I can't have somebody being over control over what I already want control over 100% of. So that's not gonna work for me, definitely. But I mean, it's wow. I don't know. I just don't. I just don't know. No, really. Like, it's hard for me to understand why someone would want to be in a relationship with someone or in a situation with someone that does that to them. So, yeah, it just doesn't sit
Me
well.
personally, I couldn't be in something like that, but like some people, hey, if that's what they want, hey, more power to you. But I get it, but at the same time, like to the level that my friend does it, I personally find it, a little to the extreme. But her, if she doesn't, in her situation, if she does not have that type of control in her life will literally fall apart.
Oh yeah, no, boo boo. We're not about that life. No. We don't do stuff like that. Not around here. No.
But,
I get you.
Yeah, there's different. Yeah, that's what I meant. Like, there's different levels to that shit.
It is, and I'm sure it. Yeah, that's just.
But I'm more for the sexual side of it, so.
Okay, so let's okay, one more level down the rabbit hole. One more level. So how does you done like listen. I know, but ain't nobody else talking, so ain't nobody raising their hand. So we're just gonna go with my guest right now. So she's like taking us down this hole. We're gonna go down the hole with her. So. Because there's about like 10 people on the line right now, and nobody's raising their hand. So, if y'all want to chime in, just raise your hand, and we'll just go ahead and unmute you so you can go ahead and get into the conversation. I think more people are just trying to figure out what level of this hole that we're in. So how does that work then? I'm pretty sure we see the porn, and we have a gist of what that entails. But explain to us, what does that side entails? Like, what do you like? What are some of the things that you've done or that you've partaked in as a sexual dom?
Well, as far as girl on girl or threesomes or Is it a name?
Well, whatever. I mean, whatever you want to talk about. I mean, we are open and transparent, but it's up to you what you want to tell us.
I mean, as far as dominance, I've gone as far as, spanking with the belt, a 9-tail, hair pulling. I will pretty much do anything as long as it does not involve, physically harming a person to where there's, bruises and leaving marks. But those boundaries are established prior to.
And here we go again. It's clear up front. Okay, so
right, and a safe word.
Pineapples, right? What is a safe word?
Right. Pineapple.
Wait, what is a safe word?
It depends. It can be pineapples, or if you want to say Jolly Ranchers, whatever you want to say.
Down the rabbit hole we go.
and then if I'm feeling submissive, then we establish what boundaries there are.
Okay. Wait, you've played both parts?
Yes, I'm the switch.
Oh, wait. Now you really got to tell us. Now, wait. So, but only submissive sexually, not lifestyle-ish. Not the lifestyle part. Or is it the lifestyle part too?
It falls under the lifestyle. All of it falls under the lifestyle.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, are you like a true sub to where it's like you, I don't know, what, how does that work?
Sometimes I'm a switch. Sometimes if I'm in the mood, I'll be submissive. Sometimes I'll be dominant.
Okay. I get it. Okay. All right. I don't know what to say. Okay. Right? Okay. So, whew. All right, hold on. Let me analyze this situation. So sometimes you are a switch. You are a switch. And
if I sense that the other person is weaker than I am.
Okay.
At that point, I will assert my dominance.
Okay. And is it something that you do for, you'll assert your dominance? Okay. I'm trying to.
For pleasure.
Okay. So what are some of the things that have been done to you, if you don't mind us asking? I say us as if it's 20,000 people right now on the line, but it is. It's 10. So what are some of the things that has been done to you?
Thanks. Hot wax.
Wait, huh?
Yeah, hot wax.
Oh no, boo. I don't know where they from. Where you
There's
from?
There's an actual candle specifically for sexual purposes. It does not get hot enough to physically burn your skin.
Okay, but why would you want? Okay, well, why would you want for someone to pour hot wax on you?
It's not what I want. It's a part of being a sub.
So the person your dom gets to decide what to do to you?
Yes, if it's too much, I say my safe word.
Okay. Okay. Now you say that the wax doesn't hurt. I've seen some people do that fire stuff where they put fire in the body and stuff like that or whatever. No, you're not about that life. You're gonna do some hot wax, but you're not about that.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Because the hot wax is actually can be used for erotic massage.
So it's like a oil. It's like an oil. Is it like an oil? Is that what it is? Like a massage oil thing?
Yeah, like you light. It's like it comes like a candle, and you light it, and it heats up. It's like the wax of a candle, and it heats up, and you pour the hot wax on the person, but it doesn't harden like actual wax. It's like a oil, wax, oil, whatever, that you can use for erotic massage. But it's hot enough for pleasurable pain, but it's also hot enough for an erotic massage.
All right. I'm just thinking about the heat. I don't want anything heat. Well, I don't like anything greasy on me anyways, but but the hot wax, I don't know if I'm about that life. I don't know. I don't know about that. Well, and you say spanking. I don't like people hit me. I can't be no sub. I can't be no sub. I don't want nobody hit me. I don't like people don't tell me what to do. I just see I have that true dom, in me. It's already instilled in me because I know for a fact God don't tell me what the hell to do. No. Come where? Come where? Who you talking to? See, I guess that's how I would run. That's how things would be with me. But then again, I'm cuckoo sometimes, so that could be different. But so I wonder if because Jada Pinkett is a little. Because now that I'm thinking about it, I wonder if Jada Pinkett put that thing on him. Because sometimes some people unlock some shit in you that you never knew, like you would like, kind of stuff. And I think she turned him out. I think she licked the gooch. I think she licked the gooch.
You think she turned him out?
I think she licked the gooch. I think she licked the gooch. I think she licked the gooch. Probably there's something real strange to him. Because if you notice his eyesight is back. He's back on his feet. He's doing music again. That ain't nothing but motivation, baby. I don't know. Maybe it's just me talking, but I mean, it could be many other reasons. I won't say, what it could be. But, some people unlock certain things in you that you never knew that you liked. I done said enough about my business, so let me not go into there. But I've met people who were introduced to things. It's almost like when somebody introduced someone to a drug, and they like it so much, like they no longer need someone to introduce, like it just pick up the habit automatically. So I think that's probably what happened with August Christina. Like the intentions was that it was just going to be physical, clearly, because if it was an entanglement, we know what time that is. And I think she did something strange to him. As a young man, he didn't know that she had that thing. Because I think Jada Pinkett and Erykah Badu, they both can do strange things. I think so. They in the age group that just, they don't give a fuck. They nasty. So, so I think Jada put something, like she put it on him, and he didn't expect to like it like that, and now he got caught up. And I think that's how, because like it probably was something like, I would never let somebody do this to me kind of stuff, like lick his ass or some shit or peg him or something. Let me shut up. Like, because usually it's the woman that do the emotional stuff. It's not typically the man. So a lot of times it's the men when something strange happens. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm making sense. Like if she like, for a dude like that never got good head before or whatever, he finally gets a woman that give him some brains that is just out of this fucking world. Now he's like wrapped around your finger kind of shit. Right. I think that's kind of something that happened to him. He got sprung, and on some strange shit. I don't think it was regular pussy, because August couldn't get any regular pussy. He can't. I think so, because he's cute enough. He's very handsome, very talented. You know, there's something about tattoos, but that's another story for another day, because he can probably get it if I wasn't married, you know. But and I think that's what it was. I think like, cause he could get any old regular woman, because pussy's pussy. But I think she did something to him. I think she put it on him. She got him sprung on some kind of strange shit, some kind of Hollywood strange shit, if we know what we're talking about. And he liked it and didn't want it to stop, or didn't expect it to stop. So, because he wanted all to himself, and she was like, I'm not leaving well. Yeah, I know I'm sucking your dick from the back, but that's not. This is just for fun. I don't know. I'm just talking out. I'm just trying to get us out of the rabbit hole that we just crawled in. So, but it's all good. It's all good. But that was a great conversation. Thank you so much, caller. Like, I really appreciate the conversation. Please do call in whenever you want to. The fact that, like, we discussed the different dynamics of the type of relationships, and of course we went down a complete rabbit hole. But one of the main things I wanted to touch on was the open relationship and the polyamorous relationships and stuff like that, because I think, and I honestly, let's be honest, I think any relationship, the true way of any relationship working out is communication, is being clear and being honest. And I think when the lines become blurry, that's when confusion and conflict starts. And sometimes people just need to be reminded, like I said before in my story when I was telling about my personal experience, like I was involved with a dude it was just a physical thing. He was a maintenance man. But once I started feeling like my feelings were getting involved, or I was feeling some kind of way for Buddy, I had to be like, yo, I'm a woman enough to know we had already discussed what it was. And the fact that I feel like my emotions are getting involved, I need to 86 myself out of the situation. I need to take a step back because that's not what we agreed this was going to be. Now, have we changed the rules, or have we both sat down and said, okay, let's change the rules? That could have been a different conversation, but that wasn't the rules. That conversation wasn't had. So I can't change the rules just because I want to change the rules. I can't now, because I know now it was only fucking. I can't now just say, okay, I want you to be my dude. It don't work like that. That's not the conversation. That's not the agreement we had. We knew what time it was. We knew what it was. We're adults. We know what just physical means. We understand if this was supposed to be some type of relationship shit, what would have been happening. We would have been going on dates and spending more time with each other. But we knew that we was just fucking. As soon as I fuck you, you get your nut, I get my nut, everybody go home. Good night. We knew what time it was. So let's not play these games. So again, once I got my feelings involved, or once I felt like my feelings was getting in the way, I took 2 steps back out of that whole situation until this day. So, and because the reason why, because that shit was clear from the jump. It was clear from the beginning. I let him know, and it was really my idea, because he was pursuing me. I knew what he wanted, and I was like, listen, if you want anything to do with me, this is all I want from you. I don't want a relationship. I don't want no feelings. I don't need you to take me out on a date. I don't need you to do shit. Nothing. I don't need no good morning text. You know how good morning, beautiful. I don't need none of that shit. I don't need none of that. Just when I call you, when I text you, when I contact you, I need you to be at attention and ready to go. Understood? Understood. Okay, cool. And that's what it was. So once I felt like I was getting close to breaking my own damn rule, I was like, nah, we got to do something about this. Nah. And when I had to tell him that, he was confused. He was like, what you mean? I was like, yeah, I feel some kind of way, and I don't want to feel no kind of way. So this is not going to happen anymore. So, and that's just me being honest. So a lot of people can't get with it, but it is what it is. Thank you so much, caller. You can still stay on the line. I'm just gonna mute your line. So if you want to speak again, just go ahead and raise your hand one more time. I think somebody else wants to say something, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put you on mute. All right? I think she's still there. I don't know. Hope she's hearing me. Okay. All right. Let me take this other caller. All right. 2477. Are you on the line? Hello, 2477. Hello, 2477. You on the line? Okay, let me mute you because you don't want to say anything. Alrighty. And what about 384? What is this? 6. Are you on the line? 3846. Is that a 6 or an 8? Okay, that's a 6. 3846. Okay, I think everybody put me on mute and just walk away from their phones because nobody's saying anything. All right, I'm going to put these people back on mute, and maybe they'll come back on the line and say something. Who knows? All right. So, but that's cool. Hold on, let me. No. Okay. Okay, all right. I just had to share the show. Sorry, guys. So I just want to make sure that I've been sharing it, to the right spaces. Anyways, but again, we talked about everything. We talked about what we wanted to discuss today. The main thing we need to definitely consider is the communication factor. I think that's deeply, deeply and super, super important in every situation that we get into, is making sure that we all are clear on what it is that we're doing, what it is that we're trying to do, what we're getting into, and how it's necessary for everybody to be in the clear. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Sorry, my ears. But okay. Now I'm getting text messages. Okay, let's see what happened. Oh, okay. No problem. All right. Thank you so much, caller. Okay. All right. So, so back to the August Alsina thing. So, okay, like I said, I think they, a lot of people have been saying that Jada Pinkett Smith, and August Alsina. Jesus, why am I having a problem? Maybe it's because of the end of the day. But Jada Pinkett Smith and August Alsina needs to have a red table talk. I think they had one before. I'm not one for the whole reality TV thing. I don't know the last time. I think the only time I watch TV is for the news. And Law and Order SVU and Criminal Minds and FBI, but that's about it. But I think they had a conversation already before. I think that's when everybody started to suspect stuff from the way they were talking to each other, some shit like that or whatever. I need to really go take a look at it because I haven't. But or is it on Instagram? It's an Instagram. Is that an Instagram show or something like that? I don't know. Y'all let me know because I don't really keep up with these people's stuff. I don't keep up with celebrities, so I hardly know what the hell is going on in their personal lives. I just like to listen to the music if they're a singer and whatever and sing along. But a lot of people are saying that they need to have another conversation. I believe Will Smith did an interview a few days ago. I'm assuming about the whole situation. I don't know if he talked about it. Again, I'm not a celebrity kind of person, so I don't keep up with these things. It's not my kind of thing. But it's definitely worth seeing if they would have it. I feel that it'll be very interesting for them to really have that conversation. Again, I don't feel like they need to talk about certain things publicly. I think it's a private situation that they need to handle privately. But it'll be an interesting show if they do decide to air some things publicly, or because I think healing don't need to be in the public. I do feel like Jada Pinkett Smith should, since she furthered the hurt, she should initiate the healing. He doesn't need her to heal, but she has some things she didn't take responsibility for her part in the situation. I think she did confirm that she was just what she did, but I don't think she took responsibility of the advantage that she took of his vulnerable state. Yes, she was vulnerable too. She had some issues that she was dealing with too, but she knew what she was doing. She was really drawing off his energy. She was really being a vampire almost. You was really trying to suck the energy out of him to heal yourself, because that's what she was looking to do. You was trying to heal, and you used him in that sense, knowing that that's what was going on. And I don't know, maybe he would have decided to still go along for the ride had she been completely clear. I don't know if she even knew that consciously knew that that's what she was doing. Maybe she didn't. A lot of people do things and don't realize until after. It was oh, I guess that's what I was going through at the time. But I think she's woman enough to know, or she's old and wise enough to know, you knew what time it was. Just let's be honest. But it is what it is. To each his own. This is the last time I might discuss this unless they do have, another update on this whole scenario. I really don't care for the celebrities drama and stuff like that because I feel like it doesn't make me sense. Literally, CENTS. It doesn't make me sense. So I really don't like it. But the reason why I like this conversation is because it depicts the whole aspect of communication, how important that is in any relationship. And without that, it reflects on if that's not clear, what can happen. And unfortunately, these are public people, celebrities, so their lives are all displayed for the public. So they have to go through that in the public eye, and we have to be part of the whole scenario. But had the conversation been clear, or if everybody played by the rule, because I honestly don't believe this is the first time she's done it. I honestly don't believe he's the first victim. I wouldn't say victim, but I honestly don't believe he was the first person that she tried to quote unquote heal with, or heal through. So I just feel like he's the first person that said anything because his feelings got involved. So he didn't have to say anything on the Angela Yee show. He didn't have to mention it. He could have been discreet about it. He could have been very, vague about the whole situation. He could have said something else. He knows how to play the game. But the fact that he said it, it's almost like he wanted to let her know that it bothered him, And the fact that he did it publicly, he wanted her to know that you fucked me over and it hurts, And he blocked her, so there was no other way to say it without saying it. So who knows what could have happened, how it could be different. Maybe if he would have just stayed around, her and Will probably one day eventually got divorced, and he probably would have got the woman, but the world may never know, right? But anyways, guys, stay tuned. I believe next week, next week we're gonna be having Sasha B. Is gonna be back, so we're gonna schedule that day. We'll let you guys know ahead of time when that's gonna be. It's kind of crazy. It's hard for us to schedule time because of our schedule. She has 1,000,001 things that she's doing. I have 2,001 things that I'm doing. So coordination can be an issue, but we like to. I like to stay committed to this whole situation. I promised myself that I would definitely do a show this month, at least start back on the bike this month with Diva Chatz. So I know next week we're going to schedule a show. Once that comes out, we're definitely going to let you guys know. If you follow us on social media, on definitely on Twitter, definitely on Instagram, definitely on Facebook, YouTube. Once I learn how to use it, we'll be making an announcement there too. Also on our website, we're going to be posting updates on the website and other social media platforms. So once we get a consistent schedule, then it'll be more consistent. We can let you guys know if it's going to be every Tuesday, Thursday. Because I know we used to do every Tuesday, Thursday for you guys at, what we used to do? I think we used to do like 9 p.m. or 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. or something like that. But just follow us on social media. You'll stay abreast on all that we're doing. If it's just going to be me, that's fine. I just want to keep this going, keep the momentum going so that we don't lose it again. But again, make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. That's DIVACHATZ. That's Diva Chatz. at Diva Chatz on all social media platforms. So wherever we are, that's the name. If it's not there, we're not on it. Also follow us on social share, like, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Diva Chatz. Also, our email, you can send in questions, you can send in topic suggestions. We also have confession sessions. We're going to be starting next month. Confession sessions. So confession sessions is going to be each month is going to be a topic based. So for example, in August we're going to start with office confessions. So we're going to talk in August we're going to be the entire month of August is going to be office confessions. So any confessions you have about your office, you don't like your boss, you don't like your coworker, you got to think, bro. You can't say nothing about your coworker right now because everybody's wearing masks and some of y'all are working from home, so there's no excuse. But if you can't stand your coworker, or if you really not working when you're supposed to be working, when you working from the side of your bed, or while laying down. It's all anonymous. You don't have to tell us who you are. We won't reveal any names or anything like that. But reveal your confessions to us, and we'll be able to read it live if you want. If you have any questions that you need answers, if you need advice on anything, just let us know. We'll go ahead and answer those questions for you if that's what you're looking for. We can share it on the show. Anybody who want to chime in can jump into the topic and offer suggestions as well. So that's definitely something that we're going to be doing, definitely, so that everyone can stay. Hold on. Everybody can stay abreast of what we got going on. I don't want to lose the momentum of what we have going on. So we got about 8 minutes left. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it out early. If you miss a show, be sure to just Google Diva Chatz, DIVACHATZ. On Google, you'll be able to find all the platforms that we're on. There's too much to name. But, again, thank you so much for listening to Diva Chatz. Thank you so much for the support. We appreciate all you guys do. Again, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to follow us on all social media platforms, DIVACHATZ, and our website, DIVACHATZ.LIFE. DivaChatz.life. Thank you guys so much. You guys have a wonderful night.
That's all for this episode of Diva Chatz with QP and Sasha B. Again, be sure to share, like, subscribe, and follow us on all common social media platforms. And visit our website at DivaChatz.life to stay abreast of any updates. Thank you again for your support.